Hello everyone, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video before starting the summary. A woman stands in front of a locked door and uses a small surge of power to break the lock, plunging the dormitory into darkness. Ma Yingxiong's senior and roommate orders him to check the source of the blackout, but Yingxiong resists. Yingxiong hesitantly opens the door and is greeted by a woman who emits magical blue light from her body into the air. Stunned by Yingxiong's presence, the woman is momentarily distracted by Yingxiong's presence and is suddenly struck by a bolt of lightning, causing the woman to fall after dodging the strike. Jinghyun rushes to the unconscious woman and initially decides to ignore her, but the main character inside him overpowers him and causes him to save the woman by performing CPR. Yingxiong touches his lips to the woman's lips, and apparently his version of CPR is basically French kissing. The woman regains consciousness. The next morning, Yingxiong is sitting outside when she sees a rich man calling a woman Musi, hoping to get her out. As she mocks the man's choice, she realizes that she is the same violent woman she encountered when she notices a billboard about to fall on a girl. In a desperate attempt, she quickly lunges at the girl, extending her arm and causing the billboard to emit a magical blue dragon that prevents it from being crushed. Yingxiong begs him to stop, as Suzy seductively undresses him. Uzi buttons his shirt and explains that he is a cultivator. He will either die in front of Yingxiong or join him and become immortal. Uzi takes Yingxiong to the roof of a hotel and asks him to jump off the roof, believing it will help him awaken Yingxiong's powers. Horrified by his unorthodox training style, Yingxiong asks him what will happen if he fails, so he simply pushes Yingxiong as he falls, in a desperate attempt to summon the power he used to save the girl, but fails miserably. Just as he gives up hope, Musi hugs him and tells him they will die together. As the psychotic drugs are about to crash to the ground, Yingxiong manages to summon magical wings. He picks up Musi and takes off. As Winshong admires the view, Musi opens his own wings and ominously pushes Yingxiong to the ground, telling him that if he shows or reveals his powers, the other practitioners will kill him. Dressed in robes, a mysterious old man orders a woman called Ryu Ae to find the owner of the power surge. After Musi says that he is sleepy after his trip to the hotel with Yingxiong, Ridin suggests that they have been doing naughty things all night, and Ridin tries to challenge Yingxiong, but Musi immediately intervenes and pushes Ridin away, saying that only he can do it. Dinjin's forces show up for the first time. Rui devises a plan to capture him through his mobile phone, telling him that he is looking for the enforcer, and that he is with him. I want to get out, along with obscene pictures with the message that the woman is literally a booty to trap a man, but am unluckily tricked by Rui Simpson and Honey. Meanwhile, in her dorm room, Yingxiong is trying out her new smartphone, given to her by Musi. Her senior, who sees her using the computer, babbles in a hypnotic state about meeting a cute boy. Yingxiong follows her out of her room to meet the cute boy. When they arrive at the park, Ryu Ae is already waiting for them after being disgusted by Yingxiong. Yingxiong saves his senior by summoning his wings, renouncing his identity as a practitioner. Yingxiong suffers a magical attack while fleeing from his senior, who thinks he is after him, when he casts a love spell on Young and makes him he makes her. Following him to the roof, the enchanted Yingxiong proposes to Rui, who removes the spell and attacks Jiang just as he is about to finish him off. Musi arrives on the scene via telepathy, and Musi asks Yingxiong to remember the first lesson he taught about the stages of cultivation. As long as he does not use a weapon, he was divided into early on, middle. After noticing that Musi is using telepathy, Rui, knowing that he has no chance of winning against Rouge, who is in the final stage of his establishment, attacks him at full speed. Musi barely confronts Yingxiong to give him enough time to escape. As Yingxiong flees on Musi's orders, Musi is unable to defeat Rui, who is 10 times stronger than him. Meanwhile, Musi is being beaten by Rui, who encourages him to throw Yingxiong, who is running towards him, but the girl is unyielding in her stance towards Yingxiong. When Yingxiong, whom he saw in his final moments, regains consciousness, he finds himself in another dimension, and when he looks around he is greeted by Li Yingxiong, who tells him that he is here by mistake. Realizing that Yin Zion emits the same spiritual energy as Hanzi, he concludes that one of her descendants is his cultivation partner. Yingxiong introduces himself as Muse's husband, as he is Muse's ancestor. Yingxiong rises from the ashes to save Muse. Petrified by Yingxiong's increasing spiritual energy, Rai pulls out his fire whip to play, but Yin Daiyong shatters his weapon with a single touch. Pushed into a corner, Rui decides to die on his own terms as he jumps off the roof. Yin Jiang takes him in his arms and shyly says that if he loses the fight, all he can do is run away. Tears stream down her face as Rui pulls Yin Jiang away from her, and Yun Jing scolds her, saying that Xin Jiang is a novice who has no idea about the cruel world of cultivation. Before Yun Jiang asks more questions, Muzi stops her and drags her back to the hotel. Once they are alone, Muzi overpowers Xin Jiang and ties him to the bed. After tying him to the bed, he climbs on top of Yanzhong and explains that this is a cooperative cultivation method of the Li clan. Then he places his lips on Yin Yung's lips, and they enter each other's subconscious. The assailant asks a helpless woman about the Li clan's family treasure, the black sky, while Muzi enters Yin Yung's subconscious to learn more about his spiritual energy, the source of his power. Muzi is stunned to learn that his magic seems to be alive after awakening from his rituals. Muzi tells him that the attacker destroyed his entire clan because of the black sky he now possesses. When he enters his dormitory, he finds Rui waiting for him, disguised as a seductive woman. When she sees Yin Jiang, she sweetly calls him darling and tells him he has no place. Yin Jiang offers his bed to Rui, which gives his gay roommate a chance to convince Yanzhong to sleep with him, but Yin Jiang escapes and sleeps on the floor instead. The next day, a battle begins between Rui and Muzi to win Yin Yung's affection, with Rui declaring Yin Jiang her man as she is surrounded by an army of Sims. After strongly rejecting Yin Yung's arm, he makes Rouge cling to Yin Jiang's arm as well, and they're able to sign autographs while watching the scene. Ridian turns green with jealousy again when he loses the music. The trio then goes to the cinema. Both girls try to impress Yunzhong in their own way. Just as they are both about to lock lips with Yin Jiang, Yunzhong escapes, resulting in a kiss between Ru and Yue. Yue and Muzi honestly think that the whole fiasco will end when Ridian sends out an army of gangsters the next morning to break Bones and especially her baby. The gangsters are easily defeated. When the gangsters attack him, the bone-making girls quickly intervene to save their man after kicking and punching the gangsters Yin Jiang. And Muzi seeing them interacting with each other. She gives Muzi a gift, True Greaves, and leaves after realizing how lonely Rui is. Yin Jiang remembers his past and how he was always alone like every shonen hero. Yin Jiang extends his hand to befriend his enemy Riley, who responds to Yunzhong's kindness with hostility, coldly telling him that he would kill him if he didn't get stronger, and also telling him that the reason he got close to him was because he thought he could protect him. Jing Hyun reaches out his hand again and says Riley to him, asking if it was Muse's idea to provoke him to clear Muse's name. Yin Zion tells Rui Wei that after witnessing the compassion of the person he was ordered to kill. Meanwhile, Ru's evil master hunts the two students down, and after catching them together in an empty classroom, he goes to his master's lair to inform him of Yin Xiang's failed attempt on his life. The old man informs him via the UA that he will reach a higher level of cultivation after sucking the blood of his last kills, and in 10 days he will be strong enough to kill Muzi and Kim Jeong.